चन्द्रशेखराय नमो
शिवाय परमेश्वराय चन्द्रशेखराय नमो
भवाय गुणसम्भवाय शिवताण्डवाय नमो
भवाय गुणसम्भवाय शिवताण्डवाय नमो
शिवाय परमेश्वराय चन्द्रशेखराय नमो भवाय गुणसम्भवाय शिवताण्डवाय नमो
शिवाय परमेश्वराय चन्द्रशेखराय नमो भवाय गुणसम्भवाय शिवताण्डवाय नमो
शिवाय परमेश्वराय चन्द्रशेखराय नमो भवाय गुणसम्भवाय शिवताण्डवाय नमो
शिवाय परमेश्वराय चन्द्रशेखराय नमो भवाय गुणसम्भवाय शिवताण्डवाय नमो
शिवाय परमेश्वराय चन्द्रशेखराय नमो
शिवाय परमेश्वराय चन्द्रशेखराय नमो
शिवाय परमेश्वराय चन्द्रशेखराय नमो
शिवाय परमेश्वराय चन्द्रशेखराय नमो
भवाय गुणसम्भवाय शिवताण्डवाय नमो
भवाय गुणसम्भवाय शिवताण्डवाय नमो
शिवाय परमेश्वराय चन्द्रशेखराय नमो भवाय गुणसम्भवाय शिवताण्डवाय नमो
शिवाय परमेश्वराय चन्द्रशेखराय नमो भवाय गुणसम्भवाय शिवताण्डवाय नमो
Namaste. Namaste means is a very enlightened way of greeting people. Namaste means my soul bows to your soul. We'll begin our meditation this evening, chanting some mantras. These mantras have the quality to create a nice positive mood, positive vibration in the body, in the mind, and in our Sangha. After that, I'll guide you into the basic steps to meditation. Then we'll continue the meditation with chanting. And we'll go on from there. Okay?
Ram, Jaya Ram.
Jaya Ramo Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Ramo Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ramo Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ramo Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Sit up straight. Relax the body. Make the spine, neck and head in one vertical straight line. Take a few deep breaths, full yogic breath. Full the abdomen, chest, shoulders. Exhale slowly and continuously, relaxing the shoulders, chest, abdomen. Squeeze all the air out. Inhale deeply. Exhale slowly and continuously. Inhale. Exhale. Now let the breath flow normally in and out. And consciously withdraw the mind from all thoughts and distractions and focus the mind at the point between the eyebrows. This point is referred to as the Ajna Chakram, third eye, seat of consciousness. Every time you become aware that the mind has moved away, bring it back to this point of focus. Train your mind to rest at that point, as if diving into that point with one pointed focus, concentration. To assist in this process of developing one pointed focus, concentration, you can use a mantra. If you don't have a mantra, simply repeat mentally, continuously, Om. Om. Om is a word, the beginning of all creation. This whole universe came in existence with vibration. Every atom in creation is vibration, vibrating. From the tiniest atom to the mightiest galaxies. So, keep the mind focused at that point, the third eye, and continuously, mentally repeat Om. As the mind becomes absorbed in that mantra, eventually you'll become aware of a throbbing, pulsating sensation at that point. You will feel the pulse. Sometimes that pulsation may appear as light, white, brilliant light, orange, purple, yellow. It doesn't really matter. Don't try to anticipate that today I want to see orange light and so on. Just practice keeping your mind focused to that point and mentally, continuously repeat the mantra. As the mind becomes absorbed in the mantra, you'll experience waves of peace, of shanti, flooding your body and mind. As that continues, it will take you into a state that is called meditation. Meditation is a state that you fall into when the conditions are ready, when the mind becomes focused and concentrated. If that continues uninterruptedly for about 20, 30 minutes, you will glide into the fourth state that is called Turiya, Samadhi, Nirvana. It doesn't matter what name. The experience will be the same. The transcendental experience. Transcending the physical, mental, intellectual, to wake up into a fourth dimension that is called Samadhi, Nirvana, Turiya. In that state, you'll experience that you are divine. You are the spirit, the soul, the Atman. And that is the goal of yoga, should be the goal of spiritual practice, to realize and experience your divinity. You will abide in your real nature. When the mind becomes purified, you sit quietly, you're able to calm the mind, experience who you are. You abide in that nature of divinity, that you are divine. That's referred to as enlightenment. So we continue silently practicing focus and concentration. chanting. Jaya Ganesha, Jaya Ganesha, Jaya Ganesha, Pahi Mam. Shri Ganesha, Shri Ganesha, Shri Ganesha, Raksha Mam. Jaya Ganesha, Jaya Ganesha, Jaya Ganesha, Pahi Mam. Shri Ganesha, Shri Ganesha, Shri Ganesha, Raksha Mam. Sharvana Bhava, Sharvana Bhava, Sharvana Bhava, Pahi Mam. Subramanya, 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 Raksha Mam. Jaya Saraswati, Jaya Saraswati, Jaya Saraswati, Pahi Mam. Shri Saraswati, Shri Saraswati, Shri Saraswati, Raksha Mam. Jaya Saraswati, Jaya Saraswati, Jaya Saraswati, Pahi Mam. Shri Saraswati, Shri Saraswati, Shri Saraswati, Raksha Mam. Jaya Guru Shiva Guru Hare Guru Ram. Jagat Guru Param Guru Sadguru Sham. Om Adi Guru Advaita Guru Ananda Guru Om. Chid Guru Chidgana Guru Chinmaya Guru Om. Om Adi Guru Advaita Guru Ananda Guru Om. Chid Guru Chidgana Guru Chinmaya Guru Om. नमो नारायणाय ॐ नमो नारायणाय ॐ नमो नारायणाय ॐ नमो नारायणाय नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नमो भगवते शिवानन्दाय ॐ नमो भगवते राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय Continue, I'll sing a bhajan. Bhajans are like hymns. Sometimes they're philosophical in nature, sometimes in praise of the divine. This bhajan is mainly philosophical in nature. राम नाम की लूट है लूट सके तो लूट अंत समय पछताएगा जब प्राण जाए छूट जोरे भाई राम गोविंद हरि जोरे भाई राम गोविंद जोरे भाई राम गोविंद जोरे भाई राम गोविंद हरि। जो रे भाई राम गोविंद हरि। जो रे भाई राम गोविंद हरि। जप तप साधन कछु नहीं लागत। जप तप साधन कछु नहीं लागत। कर छक नाही गमरी। जो रे भाई राम गोविंद हरि। जो रे भाई राम गोविंद हरि। जो रे भाई राम गोविंद हरि। संतति संपत्ति सुख के कारण। संतति संपत्ति सुख के कारण। जास्या भूल परी। संतति संपत्ति सुख के कारण। जास्या भूल परी। जास्या भूल परी। जो रे भाई राम गोविंद हरि। जो रे भाई राम गोविंद हरि। कहत कबीरा राम नहीं जामुख। कहत कबीरा राम नहीं जामुख। तामुख दूर हरि। जो रे भाई राम गोविंद हरि। जो रे भाई राम गोविंद हरि। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। 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 श्री राम जय Ram, Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram, Jaya Ram, Jaya Om Shanti. The meaning of that bhajan is the saint is saying, "Oh brother, oh sister, oh friend, always keep the name of God in your mind. Chant the name of God." Such an amazing therapy. If you keep God in your mind, there will be no place for negativity. Negative thoughts, negative thinking, bickering, all the agitation in the mind that is propelled by the lower nature of lust and greed and jealousy, envy and so on, right? And the easiest way to keep God in your mind, chant the mantra, chant your mantra. Repeat your mantra. You have time that you're not deeply immersed in your job, in your business, chant the name of God. Instead of chit-chatting with friends, talking nonsense, connecting everywhere with your cell phone and this and that and whatever. Just wasting your life. Keep God in your mind. It doesn't cost you anything. The benefits you'll get is infinite. That's what the saints say. It doesn't cost you anything to do sadhana, to do asana, pranayama, chanting the name of God, meditation, and so on. Where do you get this inspiration from? Where do you get this knowledge from? Always keep the company of wise people, of saints, of yogis, your guru, and so on. Will inspire you, will teach you, give you knowledge of how to do sadhana. The spiritual life is very simple. It's not so complicated. People make it so complicated that only a few people, intellectual giants or those who you think is wise, can practice yoga or can be spiritual. The yogis, the saints, the enlightened beings, they make this very simple for anybody, not for a certain elite group of people. How about the masses of people, illiterate people, the peasants? Can they be spiritual? And they keep them in superstition and bondage just for their own exploitation. Chant the name of God. Associate yourself with wise people. They will teach you how to do sadhana, how to breathe, how to do asana, pranayama. They'll instruct you on proper diet. It doesn't have to be complicated, man. A yogic vegetarian diet. Poor people, that's all they can afford anyhow. And they think that they're... They feel they're poor. They pity themselves because they can only eat simple food. Proper diet is very simple, but people make it so complicated. It's just commercialized. And spiritual life is very simple. Chanting the name of God. So it's available to everybody, whether you're an intellectual giant or a simple peasant. So to uplift yourself spiritually, to purify the mind, it's very simple. Be truthful, be honest, be sincere. Don't covet, don't steal, don't lie, don't cheat. Simple, isn't it? It's available to everybody. I grew up in a very simple, basic village. My grandparents, the British brought them as slaves, fooled them up. Because in the whole of India they enslaved 300 million people. Men, women, children, they have to work 15, 16 hours a day just to get food to eat. To give you an idea of what it was, look at the movie Gandhi. It gives you a glimpse into it. So they realized that why go and buy slaves and catch them in the jungle and so on? It's very dangerous. All they have to do is fool these people up to get them into a ship. Tell them you not far from here you go, you sift sugar and you get so much money, you come back and be like a Maharaja live. Everybody was excited about that. But they didn't want educated people. My grandfather was a priest, disguised as a laborer. Took how many months to cross the ocean and to reach the West Indies and Guyana. When they reached there, after the abolition of slavery, the slaves left. They didn't want to stay there anymore. That's the place they give these people to stay in. Such basic condition. My parents were born as slaves. My mother, 6 years, she had to work. You can't choose. I don't want to go today. They whip you, they beat you, flog a few of them to death, and then where are you going to escape? And my grandparents tell us a story how you only want to cry, man. So they didn't abolish slavery because of economic reasons. I mean, for humanitarian reasons. This was economic reasons. It's easier, cheaper for them to fool these people and get them there. So child labor, all of that was all over the place, even in England and so. During the Industrial Revolution, they used to starve these kids, man. They're thin enough to push them down the chimney. They become chimney sweeps. Their lifespan was just 12, 13 years. I'm telling you this what I read, in the books. So they abolished child labor. And that was humanitarian. So when I was born, I didn't have to go, they couldn't conscript me, pull me into the sugar plantation to work. You have to wait until you're, I think, 12 or 13. I don't know exactly. So they had schools, places that you just go there. They have long benches and you sit and... What did I learn the first year? A for apple, B for bat, C for cat. That's not educating you, it's making you mindless. 1 year, if you don't pay attention, they flog you. It was like a torture chamber. Next year, what I learned? Capital A, common A, capital B, common B. 1 year. Their intention was not to educate you. When I reached 6th standard, man, I could hardly read. I didn't know there was another school named high school. Very quickly, all these things unfold for me as if miraculously. Very early, I became a Boy Scout. I was 11 years old. And I used to look forward to the weekend to be with the Boy Scouts. And I learned childhood like that, I learned. The Scout laws are trusting, loyal, helpful, brotherly, courteous, kind, obedient, smiling, thrifty, pure in body and mind. As a child, that became my reality. Trusting. A Scout honor is to be trusted. Do you meet people that you say, I can trust? Yeah, your honor is to be trusted. You can't trust people these days, man. I mean, any days. But for me, that was reality. My honor is to be trusted. Loyal. You're loyal to your queen and your country and your leaders and your president. You should be loyal. But you should have that confidence that you can be loyal. Most times these places, how can you be loyal to criminals and liars and cheat and robbers and so on? Difficult. Trusting, loyal, helpful. You should be helpful for people, to people, helpful to animals and so on. Brotherly. Everybody is your brother and sister. Courteous. Courteous to elders. Kind. Kind to animals, kind to people and so on. Obedient. Be obedient to your parents. Be obedient to your teachers. Be obedient to your elders. Smiling. Means be cheerful. And if you don't know, you think about Yogi Hari, just practice cheerfulness. Pure in body and mind. These are all yogic human values, man. Then I went to high school. That was a miracle how I got there. I started to learn the sciences. Mathematics, physics, chemistry, biology, and so on. Growing up, going to the primary school, it's all British. Bombarding in your ears, because we are Hindus and so on. You're an idolatry, you're practicing idolatry. You're a heathen, you're an idolater. When you die, you'll go to hell, burning in fire and brimstone. And up to now, I don't even know what brimstone is. So then you go to high school and you learn science. And you think that science explains everything. But my parents, they're illiterate people, basic people. They're very religious people. They pray to God, they worship Rama, Krishna, Buddha, and whatever. So you go to high school, study the science, you come up, Mommy, why do you worship this statue? Why do you worship that photograph? What do they tell me? My parents did that, my grandparents did that, I am doing it, you should do it also. That didn't satisfy me. At one point I was boarding at my uncle, who was closer to the high school, and they were converted into Christianity. There was this little church there called a Nazarene church in that village. So my cousins invited me to come, and I go a few times. And they will go up and testify. Since Jesus came into my life, I am this and that and that. And I'm horrified because I know these guys are lying. Huh? I've been a Boy Scout, and I live my life with truthfulness. But they're going up there and they're lying. And I'm wondering, why is God not smiting them? I'm waiting for that to happen, and it doesn't happen. Now, after a while, I stopped going there because the preacher every time looking at me, come up, confess, confess. I don't know what the hell he's talking about, confess what. So I stopped going there. And then one girl in my class, she was a Muslim, and her father was a Mulvi, means a Muslim priest. So she took me a few times to her place, and I had conversation with the father. And there I realized that they also have divisions in their belief and so on. So at that point, I was an atheist. I declared I'm an atheist. I don't believe in all this nonsense. I'm living a good life, a truthful life, honest life, being a Boy Scout and so on. Then one day, I saw something that you wouldn't see in those days. I saw a white man, a white South African, came with a black guy. And this black guy was from Jamaica. His name was Conrad Hunt. He was the fastest cricket bowler in the world. And you don't see like that a black man, a white man walking together like that. They came to my school and they gave a presentation. Said it's time to rearm this world morally and spiritually. There's moral and spiritual decadence in this world. Okay. So if you believe in any religion, live according to the teachings of your religion. If not, then you still need some ideals and values to guide your life by. Or else you'll be just like a boat in the ocean without any destination, any guidance, any sails and rudder. You'll be at the mercy of the elements. And that's how most people live. They don't have any ideals or any high values to guide their life. So he said, even if you don't have any religion to guide your life, then you need some values. Need something to guide your life. And they give 4 principles, which makes it very simple. Absolute honesty, absolute purity, absolute love, absolute unselfishness. If you're unsure as to whether you're doing something right or the right thing, measure it according to these principles. Absolute honesty, absolute purity, absolute love, absolute unselfishness. Then you'll be living a moral and spiritual life. That made sense to me. And we formed a group in Guyana, we call it Get Going Guyana. And through singing and so, we were able to disseminate this idea to people. Before that, you used to go and talk to the head of corporations, the head of the country, the leaders and so, try to change them. But we find that through this music and singing, you're able to reach a larger set of people. Then in 1967, my wife and I, we just got married, finished my education, college and so. In 1967, we were both chosen as delegates from Guyana to join an international group. We were from all over the world, leaders, who were chosen. We joined this group in New York. And there we created a show in a few days, man. It was the most dynamic thing I ever experienced. We created a show called Up with the People. The moral rearmament, to rearm the world morally and spiritually. And through the show that we created through singing and music, and we were able to reach a large set of people. The theme song, you want to hear? Up, up with people, you meet them wherever you go. Up with people, they're the best kind of folks we know. If more people were for people, all people everywhere, there'll be a lot less people to worry about and a lot more people who cares. Inside everybody, there's some bad and there's some good. But don't let anybody start attacking people's hood. Love them as they are, but fight for them to be great men and great women, as God meant them to be. Up with people, you meet them wherever you go. Up with people, they're the best kind of folks we know. If more people were for people, all people everywhere, there'll be a lot less people to worry about and a lot more people who cares. I mean, there are some more verses. You did? Huh? Wow. You guys were probably kids when I came here. I was in 67. And that time there was so much unrest, about the Vietnam War and so much confusion, and the youth, they didn't know what to do. So when they get introduced to this idea of up with the people, moral rearmament, they really were very receptive to it. Every day we used to have 2 shows. So many people. And we had a fleet of Greyhound buses and semi-trucks going from one city to another. So we traveled the whole of the eastern coast, and our idea was to go to Central America, South America. By the time we reached Puerto Rico, we decided to go back to our country and help our people there. But the moment we broke off from the group, we didn't feel that powerful anymore. And shortly after, a few months after that, I got this job in the Bahamas as a land surveyor. And there, my boss sent me to this island. It's called Great Harbor Key. There they were building a millionaire's paradise. And all the engineers and contractors and surveyor, of course, was a surveyor. We eat at the clubhouse. And there I would follow whatever these people are eating. I will eat it because we feel Americans were civilized people. They know what to eat. So in the morning, whatever, bacon and grits and this and that. Midday, filet grouper, whatever, all these crawfish and steak and egg and whatever I'm eating. And I was so happy that, because in my country, what do you eat? Dal and rice and curry. Next day, curry, rice and dal. And the Indians can curry anything. Anyhow, I was so happy, man. I'm eating good food, nice proteins and what. A few months I start to get congested so much. Then they had free clinic. First they give me this penicillin injection, it dried everything up. Wow, this is real advanced technology. These people are really civilized. Few months after the same thing, 2 injections they had to give me for the same problem. Next time, 3 injections. The 4th time I went, they said, I can't give you any more penicillin injection for this year. The guy took a whole handful of penicillin tablets. So you could take orally how much you want. I was dragging myself through the day for the day to finish, and I never attribute it to diet. Then my wife went home to get our baby, and she came back. She said, Dad, I can help you. I said, how? She said, well, I saw miracles happen, and we only have one hospital in our country. It's called public hospital. And people have to really be sick to go there. And when they can't help people, then they said, go home and pray to God, prepare. So these people, they were right outside of the hospital. There was a clinic. They call it naturopathic clinic. And my wife was working there, and she said, I saw miracles happen there. So she brought a book, a small book. It's called Yoga and Health by Yosojan and Haik. I said, I don't want to quack to work on me. Because she said, you can help me. So I have my doctor, they study for 12, 13 years. They know how to heal people. Anyhow, I sneak the book in my bag, lunch bag. During lunchtime, I open it. The moment I start to read it, I knew it was the truth. I never heard about the word yoga in my growing up. My parents, they were practicing, spiritual practice, which is puja and worship and this and that. But the word yoga was never used. Even when I came to the Bahamas, right away they sent me to this island, Great Harbor Key. I never saw anybody doing yoga either. When I saw this book and I started to read, I knew it was the truth, man. It woke something up in me. Come home, take a shower, go in my room, lock it, start doing practice. I didn't want people to see I'm doing this thing here. But from the moment I started, I didn't need any medication. In a few weeks, I mastered all those postures. My body spontaneously used to go into asana. I thought I was inventing postures. Then my boss transferred me to Ilutra. They were opening up another millionaire's paradise there. And there we met this Englishman. His name is Gordon Macmillan Hughes. He had a resort by the bay and an art gallery. And my wife was an artist, so we went and we visited. So I was looking at his painting. He was doing surrealistic painting. I was trying to figure out what is this? So he came and said, I could see a mystical connection between you and this painting. Really? So I'm selling it for 7,000. I'll give you half price because of this mystical connection. I said, Gordon, I don't have anywhere to put this painting, but a big painting. So we get to talk, and and then he told me about that he is a Raja Yogi. We never met a Raja Yogi. So he showed me this book, complete illustrated book of yoga by Swami Vishnudevananda. I borrowed it from him, and there I saw most of the postures I thought I was inventing was in there. In a few months, I mastered all those postures, and my body was going into more asana, and I started to see imperfections in the book. Where did all of that come from? This is what you call samskaras, vasanas, many past lives been involved in sadhana. When I practiced faithfully, diligently, and I got back my health. 8 years after, in 1975, a youthful, healthy person, free from medication. That's moksha, that's liberation. I was like a 16-year-old youth, vibrant youth. So in 1975, I met my guru, Swami Vishnudevananda in Paradise Island, the yoga retreat there, had a yoga convention. And he told me, Hariji, you should come. And that's another mystical story that I could tell you later on, how all of that happened. And at the same time, I met my music guru, Nada Yoga Guru, Swami Nada Brahmananda. The moment I saw him, I knew he was my guru. So I called my wife, bring my kids, attended the convention. At the end of that, I was actually commissioned to survey an island. It's called Whale Key. It was bought by a Canadian millionaire. And he wanted to develop it. You have to have a survey done. I was commissioned to do that. And after this yoga convention, I went and I did it, came back. Swamiji was having meditation, satsang. He opened his eyes, he saw me, he said, Hariji, you're back. I said, yes, Swamiji, I'm finished. Meaning I was finished with the job. He said, well, if you're finished, join me. I couldn't sleep that night. Next morning, he was walking up and down the path. I went and I met him. He said, Swamiji, I decided to take you up on your offer. I said, what offer? I didn't make you any offer. I said, well, you said I could join you. He said, yeah, but you have 4 kids. You have your mother-in-law with you. You have to apply for visa and all these things. Then, never mind. I want to take you up on your offer. I went right away. I told my boss that according to our contract, I give you 2 weeks notice. You have 2 weeks pay for vacation. Give me my check and my ticket to go. He was so shocked. He said, Hariji, if it's more money you want, let me know. I said, no. I had enough. I got this opportunity to continue my sadhana. And from there on, I just left. Whatever I could sell in 1 week, I sell. Whatever, I just leave it. And me and my family. For 7 years, I immersed myself in sadhana, practice and study. From that point. So after 7 years, my music guru advised me to open my own ashram, that he will come and stay with me for 2-3 months of the year during winter. That's when I intensified my study and practice of Nada Yoga. So from then on, I started to teach, man. In this teacher's training course, I used to conduct it in the Shivananda Ashram. When I came out, I saw how we can condense it in 2 weeks, because most people don't have that 1 month. And I saw how I could do it, condense it, the same 200 hours that is a requirement of Yoga Alliance. In fact, I'm one of the person that formulated and encouraged that alliance. Because people used to take 1 or 2 classes and they become yoga teachers. You understand? So I supported that alliance. It's very necessary. So you guys are here, you're exposed to this amazing teaching that can guide you, help you to guide you the rest of your life. I listen to these politicians, man. What are they telling you? What are they doing? Each one of them only magnifying or telling you about the faults of the other one. You never hear they tell you about any good about the other person. And then you find out most of it is lies they're talking to. And that's the leader of the whole world. They should all come and take this teacher's training course. Spend 2 weeks here and learn about morals and ethics and all of that. And not only learn it theoretically, putting it in practice, man. It's very sad, that you want, their first priority should be to rearm this world morally and spiritually, not arming it with bombs and guns and nuclear weapons and so. Each one of them, you rearm yourself morally and spiritually. Then you're fit to be a leader of community and country, man. But this is what they're never involved in. I mean, not all of them like that. Some of them, people like Mahatma Gandhi. He was guided by 2 of the yamas. Satyam and Ahimsa. Non-lying, truthfulness, and non-violence. How many of them are guided by principles like that? Truthfulness, non-lying, and non-injury. People who are supposed to guide the world, guide the people, they should be guided by God, not by greed and selfishness and hatred and jealousy and things like that. That's the cause of wars in this world. So you have to rearm yourself first, morally and spiritually. Whereas this conflict will always be there. Each person, there's conflict going on in your mind, man, between your lower mind and your higher mind. Isn't it? Your lower nature and your higher nature. But at least if you are inspired by wise people, you'll want to uplift yourself morally and spiritually. And then you'll have the real force to guide the world, guide your country, and so on. wealthy people, multi-billionaires, what do they use their money for? Huh? Is it to uplift the humanity? Greed and more greed and whatever. Huh? They donate a little there and the whole world praise them. I came from God's backyard, man, the poorest of the poor. Every penny I save and culminates here. What do I do with it? It's dedicated to the upliftment of the humanity, to help people, give them knowledge and train them how to be healthy and to have peace of mind. What is the greatest wealth? Health. Health is the greatest wealth. You can have all the money, but if you don't have good health, so what? But what happens is, people are not taught basic things like this. Health is the greatest wealth. So most people, they trade their health for wealth. Because we are conditioned to feel that because everybody wants to be happy. All beings want to be happy. And what we are fed, this idea that to be happy, you have to have lots of pleasure. They equate happiness with pleasure. So we're all busy trying to get the means for more and more pleasure. And you trade your health for it. That's not wisdom at all. It's not that wealth is evil, but don't trade your health for it. So Yogi Hari says, seek ye first the kingdom of good health, then all wealth shall be added unto thee. For if you seek wealth at the expense of your health, you shall surely spend the wealth to get back the health. And in most cases, it's too late. So health. This is what we teach. And happiness. You want to be happy? Peace of mind is the greatest happiness. Yoga can show you the way to both of these. Good health and peace of mind. My guru always used to tell people that, man. Don't trade your health for wealth. And you're running after happiness and you don't know what happiness is. Peace of mind is happiness. Every month, the first 2 weeks of the month, we have this, we call it yoga teachers training course. You don't necessarily have to be a yoga teacher to come and join it. A lot of people come here just to spend 2 weeks to get knowledge and to practice, to get the experience. I want to teach free. Literally, when I came out of the ashram, I was teaching 3 classes every day on the park. I couldn't afford to rent a place. And you have a cup, people will only put change, quarters, and if they push the hand in their pocket and dollar note come out, they push it back. I couldn't even make enough money to pay my rent, man, or basic expense. I was renting the oldest building in Fort Lauderdale. It was a historical building, the city took it over. So then I charge minimum, but to become practical for us. The same thing I wanted to teach this course, teachers training course, free. I made flyers, send it out. People call, is this a gimmick? This can't be true. Then my student, my disciples, they said, Guruji, how are we going to feed these people? How are we going to maintain the ashram? I said, okay, charge bare minimum that is necessary. And let's continue. But that's all I want to do. That's all I'm doing, man. I'm teaching free. Me and my student, we go sometime out and we buy ice cream, the smallest scoop, and all three of us will eat it. Have three spoons. We live very basic here, very simple. Our food is very simple. Huh? Yeah, it's healthy. So you guys out there, man, come make use of this ashram. It's very conducive for practice, do sadhana, gain good health, experience peace of mind, and so on. Okay? Om Shanti. I'll end with a prayer for your good health, peace of mind, and continue progress on the spiritual path. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshayamamrutat. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshayamamrutat. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshayamamrutat. Om Sarvesham Swasti Bhavatu Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukhabhag Bhavit Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamasho Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityor Ma Amritam Gamaya. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. O adorable Lord of mercy and love, salutations and prostrations unto Thee. Thou art omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient. Thou art Satchidananda. Thou art existence, knowledge and bliss absolute. Thou art the indweller of all beings. Grant us an understanding heart, equal vision, balanced mind, faith, devotion and wisdom. Grant us inner spiritual strength to resist temptations and control the mind. Free us from egoism, lust, anger, greed, hatred and jealousy. Fill our hearts with divine virtues. Let us behold Thee in all these names and forms. Let us serve Thee in all these names and forms. Let us ever remember Thee. Let us ever sing Thy glories. Let Thy name be upon our lips. Let us abide in Thee forever and ever. Bolo Satguru Shivananda Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai. All devotees ki jai.